All right, let's take a look at the bear crawl. So from a seated position, we're going to take one hand at a time forward to bring ourselves into this quadrupedal position, being on all fours. Press the palms nice and firmly into the ground and make sure you also press through the shoulders. You don't want to collapse. Press through the shoulders and round your back a little bit. Also, we don't really want to go into a downward facing dog shape with the hips lifted up. We want to be relatively level throughout the back. We also don't want to be in a plank position with straight legs, and we want to have the knees nice and bent and comfortably below the hips. The first thing we'll do without going anywhere is to simply lift one hand and the opposite foot off the ground. After a moment of balance here, we're going to switch, take the other hand and the opposite foot off the ground. Moving our hands and feet in this contralateral fashion will keep us more stable and balanced than if we were to move the same hand and the same foot off the ground. And this is simply because we have our center of mass in the middle and we'll have a hand and a foot on either side to support it. Let's come back into a squat to rest for a second. And then we'll actually get into the bear crawl and start to move. So we're going to come back into a quadrupedal position again. And this time, instead of just lifting the hand and opposite foot off the ground, we're actually going to move them forward. So my right hand and left foot move forward. And then I'll switch to left hand, right foot. And then we simply continue to move forward in this contralateral way, doing our best to stay balanced and move with control and patience. Pay extra attention to how you place your hands on the ground. So instead of just slapping your palms, try to bring the heel of the hand down first, then the rest of it. So that results in a smoother weight shifting. Continue to play with this until you're tired, and then simply just press yourself back into a squat. A squat is your friend. You can always rest here, shake out the wrists, and whenever you want to continue, you can just get back into it. Here's another angle, and you can just notice that I'm bringing my own flair in how I move my hands. Also, I tend to move my hand first, then the opposite foot, instead of both at the same time. This results in a slightly more fluid movement. Okay, once we get relatively comfortable with this forward bear crawl, we can actually reverse that. So instead of going forward, I'm going to move my foot and opposite hand backwards. It is slightly trickier, especially the coordination of it, but it's pretty much the same. Again, you want to do your best to be as controlled and as quiet as possible throughout the weight shifting and throughout the hand movements, so you can embrace an animal-like quality. And that's forward bear crawl and reverse bear crawl for you right there.